Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue with the cleaning and organizing videos. We're going to do some finishing touches on the bedroom. So the first thing I want to say is to thank everybody for their patience and kindness during this trying time. We really do appreciate everything, and you guys have reached out to us. It's just been amazing. The first thing that we're doing is we're cleaning up. So in the process of reorganizing, we had a trip to Texas, and while we were at going to Texas, we had some like random items that we weren't dressing with yet. We basically are going to use them in the craft room, but we wanted to get them out of the living room so mom could have like a free space. So we brought them in here. So that's what these buckets are. These are just buckets that have to go into the living room until we're ready to figure out where we're going to use them as organization. I have a couple plans for them for the mud room and a couple of plans for some of them in the office. Okay. So the basic purging we've already done. We decided what we were getting rid of, purged it. I have what was remaining in a long bucket on the floor of the stuff that goes on top of my dresser, potentially. It was some stuff that came off of my dresser and some stuff that I had to organize, some memories and that kind of thing that has to just get not filed, has to get put away. So we're going to deal with that. The other thing we're dealing with is the benches. We do have a habit of, if one thing goes somewhere it doesn't belong, then we feel like we have permission to just put whatever we want in that area. So for perfect example is like we had these benches all cleaned off, and then I had said to Jim, just go put those buckets on there. And then once those buckets were on there, it was free game to just put whatever you wanted on there. So we had a whole bunch of stuff that we had to deal with, including linens, and we had our suitcase since we packed, just a whole bunch of stuff. We had the curtains from this room. We had used to previously had two sets of curtains. We had curtains from actually three sets of curtains because we had the lace shears that were on here too, extra sheets, the extra set of sheets, all of that went into the trunk on the left. The trunk on the right, if you joined us from the beginning, has the Rock Band equipment, basically Rock Band for Xbox 360. Jim and I used to love to play. We haven't been back at playing yet just because we're missing a few parts that we don't know what happened to them, but we hope that they'll turn up when we finish, by the time we finish cleaning the office. So crush your fingers. But what we're doing now is trying to figure out, I'm asking Jim about his comfort on the couch. So Jim has been sitting on the couch playing his games for a while, and he does, when he games, usually uses a lumbar support pillow. So we were discussing about which pillows he would prefer on there. I would prefer the red plaid and the love pillow on here. I have this pillow that I got. It says "Love You More." I got it at TJ Maxx, yeah, on on sale one year here in Rollo after they opened. And I absolutely love it. I do love it. And then I have two throw pillows with some red plaid check pillowcases that I had gotten from Wish. Really nice pillowcases that I got from Wish. I do want to get another set. I think I actually do have pillows that I can use. I have those pillowcases in a large buffalo check as well as a small gingham. And the back of the Love You More pillow is a red gingham, so it looks like it coordinates really nice. And then we can have the whole back lined up with pillows. Now, what Jimmy's doing now is we've noticed that sitting on the bench, pushed up against the wall, is kind of pulling down on the curtains a little bit. It will pull down on the curtains a little bit when you sit just on the pillow, but the benches themselves were pulling down on the curtain even further. So what I suggested we do is we took these scrap pieces of 2x4s that, believe it or not, are from Aunt Sue. Hi, Aunt Sue. She goes to this bakery and they give it to her under a streusel, just this little piece of 2x4. So she saves them for me for crafting and household projects. And what we're doing is we're putting them up against the baseboard molding behind the feet of the ottomans so that the ottomans don't push all the way up against the wall. Now, Jim and I were discussing, we do have a full-size metal headboard that we have in our garden that we had over in New York that I said if we spray painted it black, it would look really cool back there and we'd have a place for you to lean up against. And he was, it might be just too visually full to do that. So we might not do that, but we're just contemplating. You could do that if you want to just throw an old headboard or a padded headboard behind some chests, some trunks, and then you'll have pretty much a bench with a backing. But we're just gonna leave it. He actually prefers, when he's been sitting on there, he actually prefers to kind of sit sideways like this and faces me while I'm sitting on the bed. And so he's really leaning up against the chest of drawers, mostly anyway. So occasionally he does sit up against the wall, and that's why we have that pillow there with the curtains, and we're all good. So now we figured out what we're doing, and moving on to the next portion. Um, we were back and forth about like which pillows to put and stuff, and then the one we did added recently, a most recent ad is we had that little red heart pillow that was mom's out in the living room, and she didn't want it anymore. She said if you could use it, use it. So we brought it in here. It just looks really cute up onto those red plaid pillows. So now we're going to work on my dresser. My dresser being the last thing left to do, it was become like a landing zone for things. When we had a bunch of stuff in front of the closet, it was very difficult to get in and out of the closet while we were doing the cleaning and organizing process. So things that needed to get hung up just ended up landing on my dresser. So Jim's taking care of that now. We moved my portfolio from high school back into the guest room. It goes under the guest room bed. And then we are going to work on the TV top as well. Again, just a few finishing touches. These aren't the final finishing touches because we are going to redo all of the decor, like the artwork and stuff. We're going to take everything down and redo everything. A lot of it is down already, but you see everything behind the TV still up there, including the shelf. We think we're going to redo the shelf, and the shelves in the corner behind the bed as well. So we'll bring you guys along with us when we do all those things and make all those decisions, okay? Now, I will just think we've never talked about this before, but the previous owner put up a metal pipe as a curtain rod because it is such a far expanse, and they spray painted it white. I highly recommend not doing that. It has been flaking since we got here, and it's basically putting flakes all over the tops of your clothes. So, yeah, just leave it metal. It's not going to bother you. No, really, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're curious, what I did at my old home is I actually wrapped my clothes bar in contact paper. My clothes bar was, by the time I redid my room, it was 25 years old, and it had seen better days. So I did it to help move the clothes along more smoothly, and it worked out really well. So Jim is putting away the suitcase from when we went to Texas. It has one of those things that's been sitting there waiting to get put away. We also have the way we store our suitcases is we store our overnight bags in and around, like his backpack and my garment bag, just in and around it. We have an expandable suitcase, so everything fits in there really well. If you guys are interested, I have a couple of string backpacks that I pack my shoes in that I just tuck in the front big pocket, and then we have a collapsible laundry basket from the Dollar Tree that we stick in the top basket as well, the top pocket as well. Just things that always stay in my suitcase all the time. Sleep mask, earplugs, and the laundry basket. Those kinds of things just stay in the suitcase. Okay. Now I like the string backpacks for packing my shoes up because if for some reason, like if the suitcase is overflowing and I have to pull them out, they're not just like, I don't have shoes in a Ziploc bag. I just have, like, I can hold them separately is what I'm trying to say. If God forbid you ever needed to, if you were overweight or whatever, you could always just relocate them. Now we keep that in the back right hand of the closet. I don't know what you guys do with your suitcases, but that's what I do with mine. So next thing he's going to work on is the TV. We have some artwork in a basket that also has picture frames in it. When our TV, we had the old TV, it was a bit of a different configuration, as you guys know. The TV actually sat on a platform that had the DVD player in it. And of course, this is the TV that used to previously be in the living room. Just so you guys know, this TV, as well as the TV that we put out in the living room, both belong to Jim and I. I know a lot of people are concerned where we're like taking mom's TV, or it's fine. This is our TV. We purchased it as well as the stand. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the picture frames that we had over there and I'm going to put them here. Now this is nice because this TV is raised a little bit off of the off of the TV stand because it's supported in the back. So we do have room for it. We don't have to worry about where we're going to put all the big things because it does fit there. And we just have a picture of our dearly departed kitty and a couple of pictures of us throughout the years, through the years. Now, I didn't never completely shared all of the under the bed storage just yet. I will share that in an upcoming video. But what Jim's doing is he's taking this basket I had created of all the memories. Basically, I've taken things that I organized and I put into this basket to go in to the memory box. They were just trinkets, things that, I really, do I have to hang on to them? No. Can I? Will I? Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. So whether you guys like it or not, I'm going to hang on to them. So the next thing we're going to work on is that big giant tote, as I mentioned previously. It ended up starting out being a tote, and I'll show you what it looked like originally here. And then, of course, landing zone stuff went on top of it, like that blanket and other things. So Jim put that stuff away, and now we're just going to deal with the stuff that's mine. So what I have in the back there is basically my Hedwig messenger bag with a couple of similar type bags in it, which can just go in the closet, as long as my big floppy hat. I have 2 buckets full of like paperwork and stuff that I have to kind of go through. And then I have a basket full of makeup, and I have a bunch of like memory things. When I was doing all of the other purging projects, I found a bunch of different memories that I had gotten rid of some things that just, why was I saving them, and then condensed some things and put some things to send to my family. But basically, I just kept the things that I wanted and put in here, and they'll go into the memory box underneath the bed as well. Okay. Now, one of the things that I have on my dresser already, and you'll see here in a second, is a box, a hinged, like, memory box sort of thing that I got from Dollar General. It's actually from Christmas time, but I love the words on it. It says peace and joy and all of these beautiful words. So I just use it all the time. It's a really pretty sort of burgundy, light burgundy color, wine color perhaps. So if you watched the previous video when I did my hair accessories, what I have in there is just basically that's it. It's hair accessories. There's a couple of bottles of perfume that I was able to hang on to. And just like a few little things that came out of condensed a whole, I condensed a whole 3 boxes into one small box. And that box has plenty of room now, actually. So we're trying to figure out what goes where, and trying to figure out like the best configuration for this, because the one thing currently that has to happen is I have to keep the water vaporizer on my dresser. And it is kind of bulky, to be honest with you, totally honest with you. But for right now, this is just the way we have to have it configured. Eventually, we're going to get a table over here by the air purifier. But for right now, this is what it is. And as you can see, it's kind of bulky. But I took this IKEA tray, or Jim's taking this IKEA tray, and we're putting it underneath it, and also using the tray for like lotions and stuff. So, and for a lamp. So you'll see here in a second. I just asked him to take the machine down so you guys could see past it, but you guys can see where it's going to be. So I won't really get to be able to enjoy much looking from the bed at my dresser, but I know that once I'm able to be mobile again, then it will be a much enjoyable space. We do have to get an extension cord for my not the lamp, the wax melter. So I have a Better Homes and Gardens wax melter in black and white that I love as well. And occasionally we can find a wax melter that's not too upsetting to Mom, so we do that. I have some of my lotion, like body lotion. I have I have this little vase that I got ages ago with a floral arrangement that I just been using to store stuff. Just trying to figure out a best way to do it. Play with it, see what works for you. There's actually a fair decent space between the box and the tray. So I said, why don't we tuck the lotions back there? And he's like, okay. So he has a couple of lotions, and then he's like, wait, this one's mine. I'm like, well, I don't know why I have it. Why do I have your lotion on my dresser? I don't know. So anyway, what I have is this lamp, and this lamp I actually got at a consignment shop ages ago. It was like $2. It didn't have a lampshade, but Michael's sold these little recoverable lampshades, and I recovered it in toile fabric on my channel here. You guys remember that? So it's kind of like a candlestick lamp, as we call it. I just wanted that on my dresser. I'm probably going to reconfigure that again, this whole top, once we get the actual water vaporizer off. So for right now, just for currently, this is what it looks like. It is very functional for me, which is great. It's really what I need. If you're interested, this scarf on top is actually a scarf. It was from Lane Bryant. I got it on clearance for $4.99. I just folded it in half and draped it over. We put our wedding invitation on that hook, and of course Harry sits up there. But I just have like a little arrangement of the vase and the wax melters. We have some new wax melts in that vase, just to keep them right at hand. But we don't have it plugged in yet because we have to get an extension cord. And then here's what the bench looks like. Like I said, I love that since I'm stuck in bed, Jim can sit on there and we can face each other and talk, as opposed to when he's sitting on the couch and he has his back to me. We just love the space. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, you know what to do. Like and subscribe and share and all the things. And as always, you guys take care. God bless. We'll see you next time. Bye.